All right, I am ready to share with y'all the secrets of what really goes on in these nail salons. So, I'm gonna give you the backstory. I have I was doing nails for over 20 years. I think it was over 25 years. I started doing nails in high school because I love getting my nails done. I was like a real beauty girl and all that. I'm on the natural side right now, but I'm still into beauty. I still like looking good, but I've never really been into like fake hair, but I love me some fake nails. I love getting my acrylics done. Then they went on to gels, and then they have the dipping. They have all the different stuff now, but I didn't like the press on nails. I like getting the acrylic on my nails. So I was always getting my nails done. And at this time, it was in the 90s when I was getting my nails done. After high school, I went to college for a little while, decided that's not, I didn't want to go through the whole thing 4 years or whatever to get a degree for something I didn't need. I wanted a degree in journalism, but you didn't really, for what I wanted to do to be freelance, you didn't need a degree. And plus, it's a long story. Anyway, I dropped out of college and I went directly into beauty school. The beauty school that I went to is closed down. I believe it's closed down now because I have recently drove by there and they're not there. They scammed us. And the ladies, it was some older ladies who was telling us that they're scamming y'all. And I didn't believe them. So this is the scam that the beauty school did at that time. It still may be happening somewhere in America. So I applied for financial aid, right? So because and it ended up being like I think I was approved for like $2,000 or something. And the school at that time, I think it cost like maybe 500 or it wasn't a lot of money. It was probably, I don't know, maybe 500 to 1,000 to go to the beauty school, right? So they took the remainder of the money and kept it, which they were supposed to have been taking whatever it cost to go to the school and giving us the rest of the money. So they got me for, I know, at least $1,000. Yes. And this was Metroplex Beauty School in Mesquite, Texas. Yes, they did rip me off. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the school, and then I will tell you everything that has happened in the nail industry because I learned a lot, and I really didn't learn a lot in school. And what was so crazy is our manicure instructor had actually quit. So the hair teacher was teaching us. All we did was pretty much, like the clothesline, the clips that go on the clothesline when you hang up the clothes on the clothesline. We used to do fake nails on top of the clotheslines. That's all we used to do. And generally, like if you're talented and you know how to do something, you pretty much going to school just because they require just because they require you to go to school. But it's really not much that they can teach you. I did learn a lot like about the medical stuff as far as, how to know when when you're seeing fungus, and you can tell actually what's going on in somebody's body by their nails. So, and it was pretty much a slave camp in the school because they want you to hurry up and do those clients because while you're in nail school and you're doing those clients, you're not getting paid anything. Hopefully, you'll get a tip. And at this time, right now, Mesquite is mostly so-called minority. It's mostly like blacks and Latinos there. But at this time, it was extremely like segregated racist. Like if you in a store, you got to move over to the side. It was that type of Jim Crow type of energy at this school. And it was very much felt. They even wrote when a black person came in to get their hair done, they wrote the letter B on their ticket to know that okay, this needs to go to a black person needs to go to a black person. Now, if you're in school to do hair, you don't you want to learn all types of hair, right? So, but that's what they did. That's one of the things that they did. A lot of the women who came in to get a pedicure, and the school was just, oh my gosh, it was so country backwards. But what was going on at the black schools is they was fighting a lot. So someone in the hair industry told me, you need to go to this school to get your license. So we would use like a plastic like basin to do the pedicures in. And first of all, that's totally unsanitary because the plastic, you really cannot sanitize plastic. So we should have never been using plastic. I'm going to tell you that those are the worst feet. Those are the worst feet I ever seen in my life. And I was thinking, if feet look like this, I don't want to do no pedicures. All I want to do is acrylics, sculpture nails. That's what they would call sculpture nails, acrylic fill-ins, designs. That's what I want to do because the pedicures, it was a lot of older, um, it was a lot of older white people, a lot of older white women who came in there. And when I'm saying older, I'm talking about like over 60, 70. And at that time, it's probably like $1, $2 to get a pedicure. And let me tell you, those ladies had the smelliest feet. They had actual toe jam. You know how in the cartoons they would show like the green stuff in between people's toes, and I didn't think that that was real. Oh, it's real. People actually do not wash their feet, and they do not get in between their toenails. So these women had toe jam in in between their toes. I'm just like, I'm like, I just don't understand why these people, everybody's feet is stinking. And they will come on a regular basis. The same people we knew coming on a regular basis. And what we would do is put bleach in the water. And then until somebody started complaining about their feet itching or whatever, having some type of irritation, but the feet was nasty. Now, when I got out and I started to do nails, I don't think I ever experienced toe jam again after that. I was like, oh, so people really do clean their feet. So there's not any toe jam. People don't have in the real world. People don't have toe jam, but those older people in that backwoods city town, they had some toe jam and they had some stinky feet. So that turned me off. I At the end, I just felt like it was just such an enslaved environment the way that they wanted you, because you have to get so many hours to get before you go to state board to take your test. You have to get all these hours. I think at that time it was like 500 or 600 hours that you had to give. So much was supposed to be in the classroom. And remember, our nail tech teacher had quit, so we didn't even have a nail tech teacher. And me, I am pretty intelligent. I'm pretty intelligent. I went to state board, and I failed. I failed my state board test, and I came back because I didn't have a teacher. And it also could have been a little. When I went to state board, it was Vietnamese people that were um, facilitating the test. Thank you, Black Cherokee, for the likes. I mean, yeah, thank you for liking the live. So when you go to state board, and there was a Vietnamese. First of all, it's only me and like one other black girl, and everybody else is Vietnamese. That's in the whole testing. That's taking a test. So you have to do written tests, and then you have to do a practical, like do like one or two sculpture nails, and then a manicure. And I failed. Who knows if I really failed or if they said I failed. So I had to go back to my beauty school, and they were pretty much embarrassed. They know that they wasn't teaching how to pass no state board. And really nobody can actually teach you how to do nails because it's a talent. You either know or you don't know how to do it. So I ended up going back, taking a test, and passing. So I get out in the real world, and this is when I start to experience racism. Now, grew up in a black neighborhood. Um, I've had white teachers. The only white person that came in our house was the insurance person, like the insurance man. I never really been around um, white people. At this time, is in my neighborhood, it's majority blacks, a few Hispanics. So I'm just not familiar with being around white people. So I started to work. One of my first jobs, I've worked at a few different ones in the beginning, but the longest job that I had that kept me, able to pay my car note and pay my rent and stuff, I worked at a salon in Addison, Texas. I'm just telling you my whole journey before I'm gonna tell you like some of the secrets, but the racism and all that stuff is kind of mixed in everything because we have to, it's just something that I have to cover so you can get like an idea of who I'm talking about. So I'm working at this nail salon and I feel good because it's a lot of different races. I mean, I'm working with a lady from Turkey, a lady from Iran. You got white people, Latinas, black people. You got all type of people working at this nail salon. So I felt really, really comfortable there. So I'm doing nails, and at this time, we're in Texas, it's hot, so people wear short shorts. So they call my name. That's what they usually come. No, they usually come and give you like a white paper, and tell you like this person's name and what they're getting. This person manicure, pedicure, whatever. So I go out and call the person's name. Let's just say her name is Susan. I come out and I'm like, Susan, you know, and she looked at her, I guess, husband, boyfriend, whatever, mate, looked at him and was like, and told the receptionist, we don't want to cancel it. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's wrong? Is it because I have on these short shorts? Because I'm like, it's hot. But everybody, we could wear whatever we wanted. There was not, um, there wasn't a dress code. So I was like, oh, is it the way I'm dressed? Like, what? That really just like startled me. But I end up knowing it was because I was black. They do not want me to do their nails. That was the start of me learning about racism. I just didn't even know it existed. I mean, I've seen the roots. I saw the eye on the prize, all of that stuff, but I had never really experienced it for myself. All right, so ended up that was my first experience there. That particular place, besides that, I'm trying to think, is there anything? They were pretty cool. Like we had our own little area and we sanitized our products and you come in and you just have clients, you end up building up your clientele. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that happened? I felt like because I was new and young, they weren't really giving me, they were just giving me the easy stuff like the mani and patties and stuff. And I really wanted to do acrylics. I really wanted to do the big money stuff. At that time, a manicure was $9.99. I still remember that. So I ended up getting another job, um, whatever, whatever. But let me get to, I really want to talk about this one place that I worked. Oh, yeah. So another thing with the racism, I've tried to get jobs at a lot of Asian run salons because they dominate it, and I know it's orchestrated that way for them. I don't know if the United States made some type of agreement with Vietnam, but they just like have dominated the industry. And so people would think, is that their culture? But black people have always been doing nails, just like we have the barbershops and hair salons. You can see that there will be a black person in the barbershop doing manicures. So we have always done it. And when I started to get my nails done, it was all different type of races of people who did my nails, and I was not satisfied with none of them. So I started to do it myself, and people was like, and I started charging a little $5 or something. People was like, you need to really do this for real. You're pretty good. So, um, I'm just gonna go ahead and get to this particular salon before the end of my career. I started to get tired of doing nails probably maybe about 10 years after it, but I kept on doing it because it's actually easy to get that job, because they people always need nail techs, especially English speaking nail techs. And so if you want to do nails, it's really a very, you can just make money easy like that. It's like being a waitress. You can quit a job one day and get a job the next day, and you make money on your tips. You should really go upscale because they charge higher prices. Like I worked at, oh, let me tell you about this one place that I worked. This place was upscale. This was in Midtown Atlanta. Working in Midtown, if you don't know, Midtown Atlanta is predominantly LGBT, right? And I did not know like about the whole download thing. So I'm getting guys who are telling me about their girlfriends and stuff like that, but they coming in there with they dude. And they'll like change their voice. That was a whole shocker. And then some guys didn't even want me to do their nails because I wasn't a guy. Another type of discrimination that I went through. That particular job, I got paid hourly. I got paid hourly. It wasn't a lot. And I would get paid commission on the manicure and pedicures. And I also they would tip me again. Like, so some people that got money, they don't be paying attention. They added on 18% gratuity, and then they would tip me on top of that. So it was pretty decent. And the hourly. This particular job, the manager was an alcoholic. Every single time we had a meeting, it was always, we have meetings at 10 o'clock. And it was always bottles of wine at the meetings, and she would be drunk functionally. And my check was always wrong. My check was always wrong. And so what I started doing was, and this place is closed down too. And what I started doing was I would clock in. My friend lived downtown, not too far. I would clock in, go kick it over my friend's house, and then they call me and tell me when I got an appointment. And I'm still on the clock. I had to do something to get them back because they never paid me right, because the lady was so drunk. She just was not handling the books right. So I had to figure out a way to make it work for me. I did have a chance to do, if you're older, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, the SEX doctor. That's you gotta be of age to know about her. She recently passed away. I had a chance to do her nails. And okay, let me tell you about this other person nails that I had that I got a chance to do, that I always brag about, and it was just such a cool experience. So I'm working at a barbershop downtown. I ain't gonna leave. Oh, working at barbershops now. Not all barbershops are sexist, and people try to flirt with you, but I was making candles because I was trying to get out of doing nails, so I'm trying to do something else. So I started making candles. This owner of the barbershop like took my candle that I had like in a display. I would keep them up there so I won't have to keep packing them in and out. This dude gonna steal my stuff. That was another thing. So I'm just in there. And another thing with the whole flirting, barbershop flirting thing, I'll be like, look, if you're gonna be my client, we not gonna date, okay? So just to get that, because they always be trying to flirt. But I mean, it's good for money because they gonna spend money just because they want to talk to you. They just want to see what they can what can happen. We are in the barber shop. Everybody just having a regular day. Cat Williams comes in with his manager, and um I just acted normal. Big fan, huge fan. Acted normal. I wasn't going all whatever crazy over him. Ended up doing his manager's nails first, and then I did his nails first. He thought that I didn't know who he was because I was just so calm. He gave me an autograph picture. I don't know where that's at. I didn't ask for an autograph picture. I was just treating him normal. He was on the phone. I was talking to him like a regular person. I was like, if you don't get off this phone, like I was just, he liked me. Like he wasn't trying to flirt at all. He was very respectful. Like he liked the fact that he was on the phone talking to some female, and I was just like talking to him like a regular person. Like, you need to get off that phone. Why your nails so dirty? You just like, what is up? And da da da. And I had to like, I was trying to hurry up, and he was trying to rush me because the way that it was set up, it was the he was focused towards the traffic because this barbershop was faced towards the traffic. So everybody was could see him. My back is toward the window and everybody could look in and see him. So people was coming in asking for autographs and all this stuff. So I ended up leaving. So that was one of my good experiences. So one thing that I do think is really good, it did it has made me a better person socially because I met so many people that I would have never met had I not been doing nails, because I'm meeting people from all walks of life, from all over the world, and they're telling me their secrets, they're telling me all type of personal information. So I'm learning people a lot. Oh, before I get on that other salon, one of the secrets is the owners will steal from you. I told you about the man stealing my candle, and then I confronted him. I can't remember he lied or gave me the money or what. I can't remember, but I did confront him. Hey, that happened to me a few times. It's like, dang, I'm trying to have some retail to help me out with my income, and y'all stealing from me. But owners, no matter if they drive a Beamer, whatever luxury car, they be stealing from the people that work in the store. And that has happened to me in nice areas, and it's usually happened to me like in a place where I'm getting paid commission. So the person, they're not putting the money in. So you have two different structures usually, where it's commission based, where you just get a certain amount. They'll supply everything or mostly everything, the salon, and then you get a certain percentage. Now that percentage can vary. And you could also do just hourly. Some people just pay you hourly and then you get the tips, right? So at this particular place, was this was the first place that I found out was stealing from me. Who knows what happened before? And everybody noticed it because we were like, this lady had did a Groupon. So the Groupons, the people be coming in, coming in, coming in, and the wage was slave wage that we were getting paid. It was a really, really low amount. So we was really counting on the tips. And at this time, I couldn't do better because my license was expired. It was a whole lot of stuff. So I didn't really have much choice. I just had to go ahead and get there until I figured out a way to go work somewhere else better. So when you go to a salon, this is also in restaurants, anywhere that there's a tipping industry, please give that person cash in their hand. Don't leave it. Don't give it to somebody else to give it to them. If you write it over on your on your credit card, they may not get it. So it was people that look like me. I'm trying to think. Those are the ones that I identified of who was stealing from me. And everybody was like, hey, ain't the tips been getting low? Like, yeah, it will start to slow down. And we was like, man, I ain't getting no tips today. And we found out that the owner was stealing from us. So that had happened to me before in Texas. It also happened to me in Atlanta. And this was in Buckhead. I worked at a salon in Buckhead. This is upscale. It just be crazy. It's so upscale, so richy poo. And I'm upstairs. So the reception area is downstairs, and all of the technician, esthetician, massage therapists, everybody's upstairs. So I'm like, man, my tips, I thought I did a good job. Or somebody may say, yeah, I'm gonna leave your tip at the front or something like that. At the end of the day, I'm not seeing no tips. And so what I started doing was when the person goes downstairs to go and type when they go to pay, I would listen. Thank you, Queenie. I would listen to see if they're saying that they're, yes, Queenie, I really need you to stay on this line because I'm telling you why I ain't gonna do nails no more. So um I heard, and I'm working at a black nail salon. I'm a spa, so I'm listening to hear to see. You know how when you pay and they say, "Well, do you want to leave a tip?" So I'm hearing that the person is saying that, and I'm like, a whole day for me not to get no tips. That's just not realistic. That's just not realistic. And who knows if I didn't get all of the tips if she ever even gave me some. And so I would be listening and I said, this is a shame. I worked at another salon in Sandy Springs. This salon was actually owned, half of it was owned by Mukimbe, Mut, Mutombo. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name. Yeah, we had a chance to go over his house and his mansion. It was really nice. His family came up there. And so I was able to meet him. May he rest in peace. He was real nice. But the other person who was running it, they wasn't running it. We was just two nail techs. It was me and another nail tech. And my check would be more than what it was supposed to be, and her check would be less. So they would kept on messing up her money. So one day they say, "Okay, we don't have your check." I'm like, "Huh? You don't have my check?" And remember, I'm living on my own. I have rent, I have car note, insurance, I have bills, and I think that was probably my only job. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm coming up here to get my check. And the lady was like, this is just another incident. Like, I haven't gotten to the full secrets yet. One of the secrets is they be stealing the owners of the salons. I don't care how nice it is, they be stealing the nail techs tips, hairstyles, esthetician, massage therapists, they be stealing their tips, okay? That's the number one secret. So um there was a receptionist there who was saying that she didn't have my check. And I was like, well, these other people got their check. And she was like, well, they can't cash it. Like the check is gonna bounce. And so and she was like, you got, a manicure, at 5 o'clock, or a pedicure at 6 o'clock, or whatever. And I know she ended up we was on the phone, and she was telling me that I had a client. And I was like, no, I don't. I quit. And she was trying to talk to me like whatever. And I was like, you ain't even paid me. I'm not finna go and do no more work if you don't even have my check. So she got smart with me on the phone, like telling me, I don't know her exact words. This was a very long time ago. She was trying to tell me, getting buck with me on the phone, trying to tell me that I'm going to do this this client. And I'm with my nail tech friend. We work together, and me and her, we planning on getting a spot across the street. We ended up renting out a suite across the street that has salon suites, and we eventually did, and they found out, and I quit, but she still stayed up there. She had children and stuff, so I'm hot. I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, did you hear her? She gonna try to tell me whatever. She tried to get buck with me on the phone, trying to tell me that I am going to do this client. And I'm like, you did not pay me my check, so I'm not doing anything. I quit. So I went up there, and thankfully nobody was up there at the front. It was just like there's like a wall, and the hairstylist at the back. And I was like, don't you ever think I just went off on her. Don't you ever think you can call my phone and think you going to say blah, 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 blah. And I just went off on her. And I was like, you need to give me my check, or I'm bringing the police up in here. So, and I was like, if you don't have my check by tomorrow, then I'm just going to call the police. The next day I had the check. Okay, so it was another incident at this other spa that I worked at in Midtown with the drunk manager. So they was doing this teeth whitening thing, and the teeth whitening was about, like, I think it was about $300. So our commission, I can't remember how much commission we was getting. It wasn't a lot because we still getting the 18% added gratuity, no matter what, and then the hourly, and then sometimes they would tip us on top of that. So, um, I did it. I probably went to one class or whatever, and I did the teeth whitening thing. I only did it because it was a lot. It would be a lot more money than me doing like a whole bunch of manicures and pedicures. So did it. And you're not supposed to put, you put like some gel stuff on the Q-tip, put it on their teeth. You're not supposed to put it on the gum. Whatever it was, the lady started complaining. The lady complained, called up there and complained, and was saying that I guess I didn't do a good job. And the manager called me, the drunk manager called me, telling me that I need to talk to the client. I'm like, what I need to talk to her for? You didn't even train me right. Why you can't talk to her? Like, what am I supposed to say to her? So I said, you know what, I'll talk to her and I'll tell her that I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm that ain't even my specialty and you didn't train me right. So the receptionist, another receptionist, I don't know why these receptionists think that they can talk to people any kind of way. The receptionist was again trying to get buck with me and talk to me crazy. I had to go off on her and be like, peace, I'm out of here. I quit. Another lady was lying on me. Oh my gosh. I was friends with this I thought I was friends with this white girl. She would tell me all her secrets and we talk about dating and all this, like, we cool. I'm thinking we cool. I'm telling you, I didn't know about the whole racism. I just was I didn't know that it existed. For real, for real. I mean, I knew, like I said, about the Eyes on the Prize and the Kunta Kint Roots movie and stuff, but I had never experienced it really. I experienced it in school with the white teachers, but out in the real world anyway. This particular um I had a receptionist that was hating on me, and then she was hating on me. So this lady called the drunk manager called herself trying to fire me. And she was like, I've been getting emails. I've been getting emails about you not doing your work. So when we don't have clients, I used to read books. Do you know that they had a problem with me reading books? And then they would say that my food stink, that I need to eat in the storage room or the laundry room because my food stink. Uh, it was so much going on there. But yeah, my friend was telling it on me, saying that I don't do nothing. And the front desk lady was acting up too. So, okay, let me get to the secrets. Let me see, did I got anything else? Okay, so at this is the last nail salon that I worked at. This was this is the last salon I worked at. And I can't say this salon was clean, but they wanted a this is the type of black that they like in in the predominant in the predominant white salons. You got it's like American Vietnamese. They're really American. This is like a nail salon where everybody work there. All races can get a job. They pay you hourly. You get your tips. They're very clean. I can't say that. After they fired me, I used to go up there to another location to get my nails done because I knew that they was clean. Um, this particular, they fired me because they said that the clients said that I was not talking to them enough. Now, me, I'm not a fake person. If I vibe with you, I vibe with you. But if I don't, then I don't. I'm not gonna fake. And so this is the type of black that I think they like. They like the ghetto ones with the color hair, the long nails, the hey, yeah, girl, yeah, it is. Period. They like them kind of black girls, or they like the black girls who, they talk like this, and they grew up around a lot of, they don't know about like African Americans who are born, raised in the hood. They don't like that. And I'm neither. I'm just regular. I'm just regular. Yes, I got the hair wrap on, whatever, but I'm still regular. So the clients wanted me to kiss their butt. That's basically what they want to do. I'm not finna do that. If we okay, like a nurse came in there. Okay, I'm a doula, you a nurse. Then we start talking about childbirth and hospitals and all of that type of stuff. I vibed with her. I vibed with that white lady. Me and her, we was just talking or whatever. But if somebody come in there and no, I'm not gonna tell you my business. Oh, are you married? How many kids do you have? Are you from here? I will. Uh, I usually will like answer, and the way that I've learned about conversation when somebody's all in your business and you really don't want to share. Where you from? Oh, I'm from here. Where you from? So I can get them to just talk about themselves. So I don't want to tell you all my business. It's none of your business. Do I have children? Yeah, you got any children? Oh, really? How old are they? Where they? Oh, wow, they're in cheerleading, football. Like that. Cause if I'm not feeling you, I'm not gonna be rude, but whatever. But let me tell you the secret. So, um, oh, y'all, once and they y'all when I work in nail salons where it's mostly Vietnamese, they because of my personality and I'm real. I know that internet people really don't some a lot of people really don't know me, but I'm really funny. Like I like to laugh. So when I get clients in my seat, we'll find sometimes we just be keying and the Asians are looking at me like they mad and they feel like they don't want nobody else to get clients. Like you should see them like running, they run to the door to make sure they get the next client. And at this particular nail salon, we're supposed to go based on a piece empress. We're supposed to go based on the list. So it's like that's how you're supposed to do everything in order. But they will run up, and then the Caucasian lady who owns the nail salon is not really regulating. She let them run it because they work all the hours or whatever. And I'm always working part time. I'm not gonna work 6 days a week from 10 to 8. I Some nail salons they be like, oh, well, in order for you to work here, you got to work 6 days a week, 10 to 8. No, I'm not doing that ever. If I'm working like that, I'm working to save up for something, but I'm not gonna be working like that. So ended up, y'all, this is bad right here. So everybody always say that, because I if I don't kick it with you, I'm not fake, so I'm not gonna really say nothing to you. I'll say hi, whatever. So I've been told that I don't, I'm not friendly or whatever. I'm not friendly. And then I got a natural RBF face, so I'm not just all hi George, what did you do for this weekend? Oh, you went on golfing. Oh, how was that? I'm just not like that. If it's whatever. So, y'all, mm, they will always bring their lunch and stuff, right? And so I'm like, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat that, and blah blah blah. So they had a salad, y'all. They made a salad for me, and they were sitting around like waiting for me to eat. It's like they was trying to be cool with me, and the owner is there. So I'm like, oh, let me just go ahead and eat this to fit in. Y'all, they poisoned me. I cannot prove it, but I thought I was gonna lose my life. I had to just I can't even really explain what happened. And I was like, did the beef maybe touch something? I'm like, no, because if I didn't eat meat, I should not if I didn't eat a piece of meat, I should not be feeling like this. I started feeling hot, um, just real sick, like my chest was hurting, like I was finna have a heart attack. I had to go to the bathroom and pray. Like, I don't want to go out like this. And I kept drinking a lot of water and just breathing, drinking a lot of water. I can't prove it, but I know that they put something in that food. I was like, these some evil mofos. They so jealous. They wanna take me out for some doggone nails. So yes, they did something. So I was like, these mother suckers. So then I'm like really, really mad. And I mean, we just going along the day or whatever. And of course, I just eventually left because I'm not finna sit up. That was really messed up for what they did. But I'm not finna keep on trying to compete and run. Make sure I run to the door to get the next client or whatever. Oh, okay. And before I get to tell you about the nastiest stuff, I'm gonna tell you about this place. When you get your waxing, I don't even. I just after working in a nail salon, I would never get waxed again unless I know that it's clean. Like I told you, the place, that last place that fired me, I know that they was clean. But with the waxing, it's just gotta be someone who do it right. So I just, even when I start going to the, what's the people that do the threading? Anyway, I used to go get the threading. But sometimes they mess you up, and I hate that. I'm like, if you gonna mess me up, I can mess my own self up. So I went back to the ghetto blade. I just went back to the blade until I can find me somebody who clean, because they be putting that thread in their mouth, and where that thread is going, it needs to be an esthetician to do the what, to do the eyebrows. Yeah, it's supposed to be, but they got these people who ain't went to no school in there doing the threading and all that stuff, and they put that thread in their mouth. And they doing out, they never wash their hands. They never wash their hands. They don't even use hand sanitizer. That's just with the eyebrows. But let me tell you what the nastiest thing, and this, I've actually seen this at every nail salon. The wax, the wax that they using on your eyebrows for your paraffin treatment, they putting that same wax back in the container. Okay? Um, at the nail salon. Well, yeah, it was a nail salon. No, they had a massage. They had a massage upstairs, but it was a nail salon. We had it was two trash cans. One was a real trash can. One was a trash can, the ones that you step on and come up, but and it had a plastic bag in it. That's where we're supposed to put the old paraffin. If we threw that paraffin away, we was gonna get in trouble, and that's against state board. That's totally unsanitary. So when I did go to the nail salon, I never got a paraffin treatment. That paraffin treatment, they do not throw away that wax. Honestly, I really cannot think. I worked at a lot of places. Maybe I'm forgetting some places in the beginning, but I don't remember them ever throwing away that paraffin wax. Girl, it's so much against the law, sacred skin. It's so much against the law that they do. It's ridiculous. You probably wasn't here. I already covered about them stealing. Yeah. So they stealing the tips. That's number one. They stealing the tips from your technician. If you tip anybody, even in restaurants, wherever you go, please give them people cash. Just budget and do cash. Don't even do credit card, because the credit card, first of all, it's gonna be taxed because it's gonna have to go on their paycheck. So, well, we report all our tips anyway, IRS, okay? But when you pay on, like, if you paying with a credit card, you say, hey, give 5 over, 10 over, whatever, it's most likely not going to see that person. Yes, the paraffin treatment is PARA. I think it's FFIN. It's the hot wax. Hot wax. Y'all, don't get no paraffin treatment at these salons unless you know an insider that knows that they're clean. I'm telling you, out of all the nail salons, now when I worked in nail salons where I have to pay my booth rent, when I have to pay my booth rent, I'm responsible for everything, sanitation, all of that. So I pay them however much a week, and then I get all 100% of the money. So I get all of the money, but I have to supply everything. Okay. So you see that that's the way it works. It's like you're sole proprietor. You are an independent contractor. Okay. Um, oh, I've had some stories, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's just bringing back, oh, it's bringing back memories. I did write about one in my book, but one of those owners, I don't even, it was really bad the way he did me. Got mad because I was working at another place. How you gonna get mad because I'm working at another place? And the other place, that one was cheap. That one was stealing our tips too. It was like, man, did you make any tips today? No, I ain't make no tips today. How everybody didn't make no tips today? Okay, so let me go back. So the paraffin wax is nasty. The microblade that they use to cut the heels of your nail of your calluses, that's illegal. I think at that time it was $1,000 fine. I've been out the game, so I don't know if it's they have made it higher. But that cheese grater, that's what we used to call it, the cheese grater, the things that they scrape your heels, it is illegal. It's illegal, and not only that, when you're cutting off the heels with that blade, you don't know what you cutting off. Okay? You cutting off skin that people need. And people, they will get mad when I say, I don't use that. I should show you what I use is in my bathroom. I don't feel like getting up because I'll show you how to how you can just take care of your heels at home. But you need like that sponge. It's called like a pumice sponge, but it has like holes in it. Like grooves in it. It shouldn't be flat it shouldn't just be flat. It should have holes in it. That is another thing that cannot be sanitized. Okay, we used to put that in barbicide and spray it down. It can't be sanitized. It needs to just be thrown. It needs to be thrown away. Now, me personally, I have my own that I keep in the bathroom. It's my own, so I can reuse it on myself. And so, anyway, the cheese grater is illegal. You're cutting off too much of the skin, and it's going to make your heels grow back thicker. So it's horrible to get that. That's why they like it because it's no work. You ain't really got to go to work on Myra feet. Yeah, they be cutting and making you bleed. Right. Exactly. Oh, that's how I started doing my own nails. They used to just cut you when you trying to get your cuticles cut or even just a hangnail cut. The only people that I have cut has been the elderly. And when you are working on, I know I'm switching up, but when you're working on the elderly, you got to be gentle. And another thing, y'all, we got some thick skin, literally. Black people got some thick skin. That's why they probably why that lady had cut me when I had went to that doggone spa, this Korean spa in Atlanta, this real popular one. It was a whole bunch of things. They was about to call the police on me because they take your license. I went to this popular Korean spa. I like going to those spas with the saunas and all that stuff. So I got a scrub. And I kept telling she was scrubbing on my leg, and I kept telling her, no, it's hurting. She kept on scrubbing, so I started bleeding. So I was like, I want my money back. And they was like, they weren't gonna give me my license, and I needed to go and do a job. I had went down there to do a candle making class at that time. I traveled to Atlanta to do a candle making class, and I'm like, I gotta do my class. I can't fight with y'all right now. Okay, I had to go on ahead and pay. I was so mad about that, but it's because they know that we have thicker skin. But this is just a fact. Black people have thicker skin. Other people have thin skin. So when I'm doing black people's nails, I have a different handle. I have a um it's a different I have a different, when I'm doing so many black people, whatever, I kind of know when I'm cutting their cuticles, you should not be making people bleed. You don't do that. That means you're just going too deep. But if I'm working more on black people and then a white person come in, I have to realize I can't be that heavy-handed. Like I have to be a little lighter because the skin is thinner. That's just a fact. So, um, I remember I cut an elderly lady, but as soon as you cut them, there's this white powder. I can't remember what it is. That's what you put on there, or you can do like peroxide. You instantly, sanitize it. You don't just. I never heard about a Russian manicure. I've been out the game, so I don't really know what the last time I worked at a nail salon was when I had my yoni steam. I not the last time I did nails. I'm not gonna say worked at a nail salon. The last time I worked at a nail salon was 20, I think 2015 or 2016. I later on ended up getting my own spot where I was doing yoni steams. And because people, I didn't want to do nails no more, but when people asking me, they don't have nowhere to go, whatever, and I understand. I'm like, okay. So I would do a few people, but that's it. I I was like, I pretty much been tired of it. But I thought that I would do nails for the rest of my life. I loved it so much. But I just kept getting burned out by, the just the owners. Owners be crazy. Ugh. Like I said, I worked at so many salons that have stole my money. And now that I'm thinking about more people that stole my money. It's gotta be at least five. Now that I'm thinking that I know of. It still could have been more. Five, at least five nail salons or spas that was stealing money from me. Um, so yeah, with the bleeding. What am I talking about? Oh, the blade. So the blade, I'm telling you the secret. I'm telling you the secret about the blade. Told you about they stealing the tips. The blade, you're not supposed to use the blade. That's against the law. If somebody's using the blade, you can call and have state board come and do something about them. And they supposed to have like a a paper up in there that says that you can call this number for complaints and stuff. They supposed to have it up. And one of them stole my license too because they don't be going to school getting their license. We actually, I went to school and got my license, and I worked at some nail salon, and they stole my license. So I had to go through. I had to go buy another one. It's a dirty game, dirty literally, and just grimy. So when you're cutting off the layers of skin, you all I know that we're into beauty and all that stuff, but that the calluses is there to protect you. It's there to protect you. I remember I did the Rockets nails. I didn't even know who they were until they came in. But the Rockets, the Radio City Rockets, do y'all know them? They did the musicals? They all came in, and their feet was jacked up. Beautiful legs, but feet their feet were jacked up, and they had all kind of blisters, all type of stuff. They would say that they would put tape and stuff on their feet. They had um some nice legs, but some really messed up feet. But what I had noticed is they told me don't do anything to my calluses. They needed their calluses to dance. And I have to talk about race. Let me tell you. Let me tell you the worst clients. Middle Eastern Indian people, they're the worst clients because they're going to have the thickest calluses and they want you to get it baby butt smooth, and they will never tip. I've never gotten a tip. Maybe someone who's been Americanized, yeah, but you do what you're supposed to do, right? So we have, and then when you're working in these nail salons, they try to put this time thing on you because they want you to go so fast. You got to get this done in 30 minutes. You only got 45 minutes, and that includes doing the service and cleaning. So you got to work fast. So, ma'am, I can't be on here doing this for like 15 minutes. You need to, add a callus remover, and you need to work on this stuff in the house. So the thing is, you if you don't want to go to the nail salon, buy you a pumice sponge, the ones that they have them at the beauty supply store. Keep it in your shower, and then all you have to do is just scrub your heels one or two times a week. If it's real bad, three or four times a week. Take your shower, while you taking your shower, your feet are getting wet because your feet need to be wet. And then you're going to get the pumice sponge and you going to scrub. Wash it off. Make sure you put it in a place where it can dry. And that's it. That's all you need to do. 2 or 3 times a week, your feet will be smooth. After that, put on some. You can do exfoliant. You can do like a sugar scrub, salt scrub. Like that's why I started making my own scrubs and shea butter. So you do that, or shea butter, some oil or something. I would say shea butter. You know I love shea butter. So you do your own exfoliant and your shea butter. You good to go. You can have your feet nice and smooth if that's your problem. So the microblade is not good. You cutting off too many layers of your skin. Your skin is building it. And I was saying the other people, the reason why they have those the thick, crusty heels is because they walk around bare feet. And when you have on flip flops, it's gonna build up the skin. The skin, the calcium is gonna come, and the dry skin is gonna come. Okay, because your feet out there in the environment. If you don't want all of that, if you don't want all of that, is that what's in the callus remover that they used to charge? They would be burning our hands. That they charge people extra for? They charge you extra for the callus remover. Most places. So when you walk around with the flip flops on the hardwood floors, that's what's gonna make the skin build up. But I know that it's your body way of just protecting you. But we know we into beauty and whatever. So that's that about that. Now, let me see what else is nasty. So let me get to the nasty. This is the ultimate nasty. Okay, so the nasty is salon that I worked at was in one of the most richest suburbs ever. And this place was owned by, I think they were Thai people. They were cool. As far as like the treatment and stuff, they were cool. I only was able to work there for a few days because the racism of, some white lady tried to complain and she really just didn't want me to touch her. Sometimes they just don't be wanting you to touch them. And that's quite all right. I will not be touching you if you don't want me to touch you. So this place has a piano inside. I gotta set the scene for you. This was the biggest nail salon I ever worked at too. It's all different races that's working there. Of course, you got the Asian dominant. Y'all, when you go into a nail salon with the whirlpool and the jets and all of that, and they got that plastic down in there, you think that it's so clean. I worked at another nail salon. It was a spa. He actually shut down. All he's doing right now is like tanning. I think he's just made into tanning. He don't want to deal with no ninjas, and I don't mean us people. Period. Because it was all type of people working there, massage therapists and nail techs. They actually cleaned it right, and I'm gonna tell you how you clean it right. So the whirlpool that you put your feet in to do your pedicure, you got it's plastic in there, right? So you feeling like it's clean. They got a piano over there, maybe Christmas tree during Christmas, all the decorations real nice, probably serve you wine. You really thinking you bougie, you really, you got a little couple dollars. You really think you doing it. Baby, that was the nastiest. One of the nastiest. There's so many places that's been nasty. The plastic. All they do, take that plastic up, put another plastic bag down, okay? They never clean it. This is a constant thing. Now, at that one salon that they don't even have nail techs anymore, they this is what you're supposed to do. First of all, you're supposed to wipe it down. You're supposed to clean and disinfect the actual tub, right? I can't remember the solution. I don't know what the solution is, but you I want to say because I don't think we use the bleach for the piping, but it's some type of disinfectant that we use. So we just wash it down. Any debris that you see, you wash it down, and then you put the disinfectant. Oh, you got to take the jets off. You got to clean that. This is the way you're supposed to do it. At only one salon that ever did this. Maybe two. The other one is because I was the one. If I'm doing like I'm running it, I can clean it the right way. But other places where they just packing people on, they ain't got time to clean because you gotta wipe it all off. And this, did we use plastic? I don't even think we used plastic at the clean place because we didn't need to because we was really cleaning it. So you clean it with the soap or whatever type of disinfectant sanitizer you have. You take off the jets, whatever that thing is that brings out the jets, the they make the bubbles and stuff. You take that off and you clean that because it be all type of nasty stuff in there from people's feet. So you gotta clean that, get all in that. Yeah, the debris and the jets. Yeah, you're supposed to take that off and clean all of that in there. While you're cleaning that, you are supposed to fill up the tub with hot water and the disinfectant. There's barbicide that we use to disinfect the implements. So you're supposed to clean that every day. When you see stuff floating in there and all that stuff, it's not being cleaned every day. So that's another thing. Barbers too, hairstylists too. Y'all anywhere y'all supposed to see the glass jar with the blue stuff in it, and it should be clean. Because at the end of the day, it be nasty, all the nasty stuff in there. You got to dump it out, and it's not gonna be strong. You can't have that stuff just sitting in there for more than one day. So you put all the disinfectant solution in the Whirlpool tub, and you let that go for 10 minutes. This is standard. This is standard. I'm getting hot. I need to turn off my heater. This is standard from State Board. That is the way that you clean, okay? We already went through about 3 steps. So, after that, it's clean. It's disinfected. Ain't nothing gonna be in there. All right? That's the way that you're supposed to clean. So, when you go into the nail salon and they pumping you in there like cattle in and out, and you don't see no water and no bubbles just like going with nobody feeding there, that should be the cleansing solution in there. Get up out of there. Don't go in there because they nasty. And you're going to end up catching, the diseases that you can catch, people getting they feet and hands and all that stuff chopped off. I don't mean, it ain't that common, but people do get infections. And it could get real, real bad because you don't know what that other person has. So, and then it's really when they cut you, and then all of the other dirt stuff goes into your skin, and that's it can be real bad. So that's the way you're supposed to disinfect the actual Whirlpool tub. It had got so bad where everybody was getting fungus and stuff. I remember this one lady, she gonna bring her petty tub, the tub that you plug in, she gonna bring it. I'm like, I'm not nasty like that. You don't have to do that, but I'll go ahead and do it when I was paying my booth rent, when I was doing my own thing. But this particular nice nail salon, this really nice neighborhood with the piano, somebody playing the piano, you're served wine and all this stuff. Baby, they took that plastic up out of there and they put another plastic bag in. They did not even wash it, like just cleaning it. They never did that, right? Another thing is they with the cheese grater thing, the microblade, it's metal, right? So you're supposed to disinfect, sanitize the metal instruments. Y'all, I could not believe this when I saw this. Do you know that they rinsed off that microblade instrument with water? They didn't even use soap. Because it was so busy, I don't know. I only worked there a few days. But when that lady was like, she had a problem with me touching her, I said, today is my last day. And they tried to talk me, and she thought I was just go back there and breathe and just relax. I was like, no, I know. I'm not, I can't work here. So I don't need to breathe. I don't need to think about it. I don't need no break. I don't need no time out. I know that I do not want to work here anymore. Y'all nasty and the people is racist. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. It should be an honor, baby. It's an honor for me to touch you, to do anything on you. So it's just I hated that whole servant type of slave position. I just hate that. I hated that. So I ended up quitting there, but they rinsed off the microblade. Okay, they're supposed to disinfect it. So they have made it mandatory to where the nail technicians they supposed to have what you call an autoclave, where you know how they come out even like when you go to the dentist, they have the plastic, they have your instruments. They supposed to have your instruments in that plastic. It's like plastic at the top, and then it's like paper at the bottom, like I don't know, seal envelope, whatever, and it's sealed at the top. And then you put it in that autoclave machine so that it can be sanitized or disinfected, not sanitized, disinfected. So you put it in there, it'd be all real hot and clean. That's why I told you that salon that fired me. That's the one that I used to go to because I knew that they was clean after they fired me. I just went there a few times. I was so desperate to get a pedicure. So, um, they when you go get your nails done and they come out with thing in their package, uh, they don't even be having an autoclave back there to even sterilize. They just making it look like they sterilizing it, and they're not sterilizing it. I'm telling you what I know. I've worked done nails over 25 years, and I've worked at a lot of different nail salons. I might work somewhere for a few days and then they acting crazy with my money. I got to go somewhere. So I've worked at a lot of nail salons, spas, a couple of barbershops. I've done nails in clubs. I've done nails in retirement homes. I've done nails in hospital offices, like people paying for their, because I used to work be a mobile nail tech too when I worked for I worked for a few companies being a mobile nail tech. So I've been like inside of mansions doing people's nails, all of that. And the last company I was like, you know what, I'm done. I think that's why I don't even want to, I don't too much care for going over people's houses, because I've the done so much of the mobile nail salons. I mean, mobile nail work. So I think that's it as far as all of the stuff. So y'all, if you when you go to the nail salon, if they do not, and it was one nail salon that I went to, it was in the hood. I just need to get a pedicure real quick. You know how when you wash it out, they didn't let the jets, they didn't let that run, but they had put like some Comet or something down there, and they were wiping it out from the last person. And you know how like after you have cleaned, even taking a shower, you see like a little like brown stuff or whatever in the water. All of the water didn't come all the way out, and it was a little bit in there. And she added on the water in there. I thought I was gonna put my feet in there, and I said something about it, baby. The man, and this is another thing, they be treating the women wrong too. The men who be running the stuff be treating the women wrong because they probably like undocumented and all that stuff and just desperate and need to have a job. They he told me to get out. Thank you, Azuri. He told me to get out because I was complaining about that tub being dirty and y'all not cleaning it right. And I was like, you know what? It's just too much. I just can't. I can't. I can't get my nails done because they too nasty. They too nasty. And if you find a place that's decent, I found a black-owned nail salon, but you got to get the right person because some people just not good. Like I went with somebody, their service was good, mine was not good. And I never tell them that, I used to be a nail tech or I'm a nail tech. Never ever tell them that. Cause I should. I need to start telling them that so they could put bring the game up. Do it right. Do it right, girl. I know what you're supposed to be doing, so do me right. But I hate when I used to hate that like people trying to come in there and brag. Oh, I'm a nail tech too. But if anybody know of a nail salon, a nail tech that does good, that is sanitary in DFW area, let me know because I will support them. I just and now like I would probably never say never, but I'll probably never get fake nails again. Oh, that's another thing that's so dirty and unsanitary. Like when you're doing the acrylics, you're dipping the brush into the liquid. Now we pour the liquid into like a small container, right? And we dump that out after we do the client. So there's no cross contamination. But if you have like that jar of powder and you're going like that to them, that's cross contamination. That's not clean. So, but it's very unhealthy. It's very toxic. And I remember when I was pregnant and my midwife was asking me what I do for a living, and I was telling her that I do nails, and she was like, "Oh, you need to be careful about that." And I'm like, "But I don't do fake nails." But the fingernail polish, the fingernail, you can smell that it's toxic. It's paint. Like the fingernail polish is toxins that's going into your nails. So that's already unhealthy. Like I don't even if I when I go and get my nails done, I just want them buff to a shine. And so many people don't even know how to do a buff to a shine. That's crazy. So I'll just get like a buff to a shine. That's really the best way. If you wear fake nails, okay, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you too, for my girlies with the long nails, that's extremely unsanitary. The longer your nails are, that is unsanitary because so much dirt and everything can get underneath underneath your nails. And the longer they are, come on. There's no way you can clean underneath there, and there's no way you can really clean your body really good. But you can't argue with those ladies who wear those long nails. They'll say my so and so is clean or whatever, but it's not. So it's just everything about that is toxic. The actual profession is bad on your physical body. It's bad on your back, your arm, back, everything. Like you think you just because you sitting down all day, you good. It's not. Even hairstylists stand up all day, chefs stand up all day. It's not good. You need to have a balance of sitting down and standing up, but it's not good. And another thing, you guys, that's not good is your lungs. There was a study done on the people who deal with the acrylic, and they had some issues with their lungs. So it's not good. And it was people that deal with acrylic, but still the fingernail polish is still toxic. So all of it is toxic. If you're gonna get it, you really at that time we should have been wearing masks. We should have been wearing masks. But and you know what? When I went to beauty school, it said that we're supposed to wear a mask and even goggles. You don't know how many toenails been clipped and came up on my mouth. When I clipped that toenail, that thing popped on me. So um yeah, that's it, y'all. I think that's it as far as the nail salon secrets. They nasty. They steal. What else? Yeah, that's why you just need to if you can just take care of your heels at the house. And when I had been saying I wanted to stop for so long, and it's from when people know you from that, y'all. When I moved away from Atlanta, it was 2 years. People were still asking me to do nails. And I think when I would go back, I'll bring my stuff. I started to just get a metal bowl because a metal bowl can be sanitized, not plastic, but a metal bowl can be disinfected. So I'm like, I have to pack my nail stuff and my candle stuff because I used to do the candle making classes. Then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm for real, for real. I'm really, really done, done. And so what made me know that I was done is I sold all my stuff. I probably got a few things I don't have. I probably got a few nail polish colors, but it is because I had found out a young black teen. She had her own nail polish, and it was natural, vegan, gluten free, but it's still toxic. So there's no people say natural nail polish. There's no such thing as natural nail polish because it's just not gonna stay on. It's there. I don't think there's no way it can be. It's still gonna. It's yeah. It's not. Yeah. Some of the nail polish does cause birth defects, and when you put your light, your hands in that light. I had during my other pregnancy when I was doing nails and I was doing gels. I was telling the manager, I was like, I don't know. I feel like it's some radiation happening when I'm not putting my hands in the light, the UV light. Other people are, and it actually they said that it is linked to cancer. Putting your hands in that UV light. Yep. But we gotta find, cause we out here, y'all. We out here doing nails. It's just that we don't have that marketing power. And we gotta learn. We gotta be professional and all that stuff. But it's some black nail salons out here that are clean and they doing a good job. So we don't have to give up on everybody. It's possible. It's possible to find somebody. I'm still trying to find somebody. And when I find somebody, y'all gonna be the first to know because I really like to get. You mean getting your nails done or the fake? Okay, yeah, the fake nail. Fake nails to me should be like for a wedding or like, for something special, but just on a regular basis, I don't feel like it should just be something that you can do. But grooming ourselves, it's in the hieroglyphics. Like the grooming ourselves, that's yeah, we clean. We do that. We do that. We all into the beauty. So it's all good. Oh, let me tell y'all about shopping for nail supplies. Oh my goodness. So I'm still, I'm 17, 18, 19, when I get my nails done, when I get my nail license. So I go to places where they sell the nail supplies. I go into this place. There's no prices on anything. So I'm getting a different price than the other people. There's no prices on anything. I go in there to buy my stuff and they're all shocked. Like every time you go in there, it's like, where do you work? It's always where do you work? Like I'm such a threat. And I remember places used to be like, we don't take cash or we don't take card. That's how it used to be. Like basically they just didn't want to sell to me, but they would just say that. One place asked me when I went in there and I bought some stuff. Of course, I know I'm being overcharged. Of course. He asked me, can you sing? I was like, no. Can you dance? And he was like, and he started talking about Michael Jackson. So I still didn't get it. The whole stereotype of us being. Yeah, we through with them with a period for sure. For sure. I will never, ever, ever. I'll get my fingernail clippers and cut my nails. If I have a hangnail, I'm cutting that. I got my nail file. I can file my nails. I can buff them. But, especially like when I was pregnant, I was desperate. Like you can't bend down. You got a belly, you can't bend down and do your own feet. So that was really the only time I was desperate. But now I'll just like file my nail and your toenails. I know y'all be wanting y'all toenails to be like shaped round. You're really supposed to um sh- um sh- file them straight across, not so boxy, a little bit round on the top, but your toenails are not supposed to be curved round. They shaped round. They say that creates ingrowns. But I like a good pushing back of the cuticles and stuff. Some people have real thick cuticles where they like have to get them remove or clip or trim. But you can just get your own cuticle nippers. You can get that at any store, like the big stores or whatever. I don't want to give them no shine, but the other stores you can get them from, and you can get the cuticle nippers and just cut the hangnails that you might have, and just keep your nails short and simple. It's just so much better. My life is so much better. I ain't got to worry about a broke nail. I ain't got to worry about fungus growing anywhere. I remember one time my whole nail came off with the fake nail, and I still went and got it later after it grew back. So I had did something where I hit something, the fake nail came off and my real nail came off, and it hurted so bad. And so I had to take it off and then let another nail grow underneath it. That should have been my sign to stop getting my nails done. But still, for the sake of beauty or whatever, still was getting my nails done. So those are some things that you can do just to keep your people think I cut my I bite my nails. I don't bite my nails. I just cut them down as short as they can. I mean, as short as I can get them, so I won't have to worry about them. And that's it. But we got some people out here that's doing nails, and we do need to support them. They out here and they going through it. I'm telling you, they going through it because I went through it. They going through them. The people at the top messing with them. You already got clients. I remember this one man came in the nail salon. So I'm telling you, it's just white man came in there. He's he gonna take the nail file from me and gonna do his own nails because he felt like I was just so I just didn't know what I was doing. I'm decent. I know how to do a manicure and a pedicure now. I know how to do nails. So it was just an insult. Okay, you guys. That's it. Do your own nails. Find you a black nail tech.